Well, first of all, congratulations to Kendall Holt on Friday Night Fights. For all of our discussions and reoccurring themes of warrior spirit and heart and all this shit that we talk about, Kendall Holt got hit with a big, nice shot that hurt him. At least that's, in my opinion, that shot by Diaz looked like it stumbled Holt, made him back up, and he was wobbly. His next instinct was to fire right back, and that's what got him the victory. He might have got it anyway, but he was hurt, kind of showed, and Diaz was probably getting ready to put the pressure on. And instead of shelling up like everybody else does and trying to hold and wait and, you know, try and survive to the end of the round, Holt had enough experience and a good enough mindset to know that he was getting out of this one of two ways. Now, sure, maybe he wasn't in danger of getting knocked out. The punch really landed really clean and really looked like it hurt Holt to me. So, that's what I'm basing this off. His way out was either A, hold on for dear life till you regain your senses, or B, if you have the energy, fire back. He fired back. Left hook to the body, followed by a left hook to the head, into the night for Diaz. It wasn't an early stoppage. He barely beat the count, getting up. Well, I think he got up, it was like 6-7, whatever. But he was still wobbling when the count was 8, 9, 10. He was still wobbling, shaky. His eyes looked dazed and glazed. Game over. Holt got the victory. Holt got hurt, came back and got the victory by simply fighting back. Congratulations, Kendall Holt. It was a good fight for him. I hope he can move on to at least, one or two more decent payday fights. He was a good enough fighter and good enough, good enough test for plenty of people. Kendall Holt. So, yeah. It also puts more into perspective the guts of Timothy Bradley. Because Timothy Bradley got dropped cold-blooded by Holt in much the same way. Swift fucking punch to the fucking, Bradley got up, survived, and then fucking just fought right back. He did the exact same thing, but he didn't have the power to turn the fight around. But he fought back and ended up winning that fight. So it makes me, at least me, personally, and only me, I can't speak for anyone else, but it makes me appreciate Timothy Bradley a little bit more by seeing Kendall Holt do that. You know what I mean? So, anyway, here's to hoping Holt gets a couple more good fights. Moving on to Ward and Abraham. As much as I'd like to get on here and cheer and rant and woo, I'm just not going to, because this fight, sorry to say, but there was nothing unexpected that happened in this fight. Some people were, hoping Ward was going to knock Abraham out. I was hoping it was going to happen, but I wasn't betting on that happening, you know what I mean? I didn't actually bet any money, but I wasn't going to predict that to happen. Andre Ward is what you call a bit of a light puncher. And Abraham's got a solid chin. Look, Froch wasn't getting Abraham out of there. Ward's not getting Abraham out of there. Even though Ward did all the things he needed to do to be able to get Abraham out of there late, which was go to the body hard and go to the body early and continuously, and Ward did that. Did it to perfection. But he still wasn't going to be able to get Abraham out of there. And that's just going to be a staple of Ward's. It's just, you're not going to be, don't go into fights expecting Ward to be knocking boys out. Ward does whatever plan will get him the win. He's not fucking around with bullshit just to try and please one fan or another. He just wants the victory, the W, baby. So, and as much as I don't appreciate Ward's style, or I do appreciate it, as much as I don't really visibly like it, cosmetically, it doesn't appeal to me, his style. Like Bernard Hopkins, he's got a high IQ mixed with being a pure student of the game, and it's a dangerous combination. It's like he has many styles to draw from, because we all see him as an inside fighter, and that's his shit, and I still think it's his shit. That's where he's top notch. But he didn't want to do that with Abraham. Why? Because going inside with Abraham is dangerous. If Abraham gets off one of those badass shots, you could be done for. So it's dangerous. Stay on the outside, pot shot him, outbox him, box his ears off, you win. Easy UD. And that's what it was. Abraham was in the fight for the first 4 rounds. After that, nada. Nada. Nothing. So, I mean, yeah, he got a couple shots on Ward. Ward didn't go down. A couple shots ain't gonna fucking get it, folks. I mean, I know Abraham hits hard, and you can only draw on the fucking 10th, 11th, 12th, late round fucking KO so many times before the shit just don't work no more. And now it's to the point where he's used it so much that people just expect him to do that, and he doesn't disappoint. He shows up, and even though he fought better in this fight than he did against Froch, he still didn't look any better. So that leads me to believe that Abraham was at least a class or 2 below everybody else in the Super 6 except Jermaine Taylor. That's what happens with dark horses in tournaments sometimes. Sometimes they just fail miserably. and for me, my fuck Arthur video still stands. I don't fuck him. I'm glad he's out now. I'm sorry, Abraham fans. I don't fucking like him, so I don't really give a shit about him. And I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad I don't have to fucking pay attention to him anymore. He's not a part of a tournament that I'm watching, so I don't have to bother with Arthur Abraham. I don't have to fuck with him. If I don't want to watch his fights now, I'm not fucking going to, and I'm not. Unless he goes back down to 160 or something, which I doubt he can. So all I'm saying is we didn't really learn much from the fight because it went just as basically everyone expected it to. But it is what it is, and Froch and Glenn Johnson is a harder one to call for me. So I don't know. I may wait and see about that one. I'm saying Froch right now is what I'm saying, but Glenn Johnson scares me. This is Nappy One. Deuce.